Or is this full-time MMA now?
I love full-time MMA right now.
Back to the daily grind, and shout out to the full-time patrons. Make sure to hit subscribe if you're new and hit thumbs up if you're not a baby back bagel biting bitch boy, cause you know what time it is. It's full-time
MMA.
And Marcin Tybura just defeated Stefan Struve in somewhat of a snoozer at UFC Hamburg. I mean, there's been quite a few fights on this card, man, that have been some yawners. Good thing this card was in the morning, or else we would probably, not all of us, but there would probably be some people that didn't make it to the end of the card. But it is what it is. Marcin Tybura came here, did what he needed to do to figure out the reach of Stefan Struve. Stefan Struve, the skyscraper, was coming into this fight. Actually, I believe both of these guys were coming into this fight on 2-fight losing streaks. Marcin Tybura had losses to Fabricio Verdum and Derek Lewis. Stefan Struve had losses to Andre Arlovsky, and I forget who before that. But either way, his loss to Andre Arlovsky was somewhat telling to me, as far as it was surprising. Stefan Struve, the skyscraper, he had a win over the former UFC champion Stipe Miocic. So just with that win there alone, you know, kind of expected Stefan Struve to bounce back and maybe be able to pick up a win in one of his last 3 fights. But after his loss to Andre Arlovsky, actually, I picked Marcin Tybura to come in here and get the W tonight. And he used his wrestling to get the job done in the first and second round. Stefan Struve, very hard guy to figure out, but he's still dangerous off of his back. Maybe, you know, try to lock up a arm bar or a triangle off of his back, but didn't have that success tonight against Marcin Tybura. He wasn't able to lock up a submission or knock Marcin Tybura out on the feet. Other interesting fact about this fight, aside from Marcin Tybura winning it via unanimous decision, is the damage he did with one of his heavy elbows at the end of the second round, I believe, and it opened up a huge gash under Stefan Struve's bottom lip, and it almost looked like he had 2 mouths when the doctors were checking it out. It was a pretty nasty fucking cut Stefan Struve had going into the third round. But going into the third round, Marcin Tybura, more of the same, got a takedown, was able to win the fight, grind the fight out from top position, and he went on to bounce back from his 2 losses and get a W. So Marcin Tybura not calling anybody out. He said, I'm coming off 2 losses before this, so I don't got the right to call anyone out, but I'll be waiting for that offer. So we'll see what's next for Marcin Tybura. Got the W over the skyscraper Stefan Struve tonight. And as far as Stefan Struve is concerned, man, we'll see if he gets another opportunity in the UFC. I believe he's now on a 3-fight losing streak. He could be, you know, potentially one of those guys that goes over to Bellator. That's not too bad. It's not like Bellator's a bad place nowadays, you know. There's a couple guys, Mark G. Casey from tonight, Stefan Struve, some guys that are riding some losing streaks, and you know they might have one more opportunity in the UFC before they might be looking to find some sponsors over at Bellator, you know what I'm saying, which is one of the benefits of fighting for Bellator. On top of, they've got some pretty competitive pay, it seems, these days, so we'll see how it goes, man. But yeah, it is what it is. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments about Marcin Tybura versus Stefan Struve. And before we go, shout out to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button. Also, make sure you hit the bell right next to it so you get notified every time I upload a new video. And this is the hardest working MMA channel on YouTube. We provide daily updates, predictions, betting advice, we do songs, we do fantasy fights. We've interviewed Aljamain Sterling, Sean O'Malley, Bruce Lachmedio, and Felony Charles Bennett, all in just 1 year as an MMA channel. We're one of the fastest growing MMA channels on the net, but we're still small, so make sure you guys go check out the Full-Time MMA Dojo if you want to learn how you can become a full-time MMA black belt. And while you're there, you can see where this MMA channel started from, some of the goals we have for the channel, and even more cool videos just like this one if you enjoyed it. So thanks again to all the full-time MMA white belts that have hit the subscribe button, and also if you're just lurking and this is your first time seeing a video, appreciate that as well. I'm out.
Da 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 da! It's the motherfucking DOG.